matters, right? Order matters. When you do license plates, think about it. Does the order matter in which your license plate letters are? If your license plate is BBF, if it's FBB, are you the same license plate? No, the order matters. If you're punching in a PIN code, does the order matter? Yes, it's permutation. Combination locks should be called permutation locks because the order matters in which you put the numbers in. I don't know why I did this. Anyways, any type of combination, right? The order matters. Telephone numbers, order matters, so it's permutation. Another one that messes people up is if you're picking people from a group, like say in this class, I was picking a class president and secretary and treasurer in this class, the order in which you were picked would matter, correct? Because if you're picked first, let's say you're the president. If you're picked second, you're the vice president. If you're picked third, you're the secretary or something like that, right? However, this is what got me all the time I didn't understand. If I was taking this class and I was just picking 3 of you to be on a subcommittee, and that subcommittee didn't have specific jobs, then it'd be a combination because the order wouldn't matter. Because it's the order in which the people you're picking matters. So if I was picking 3 of you to be on a subcommittee and the subcommittee was just a subcommittee without any specific jobs on it, if you were picked first, second, or third, you're no more special than the other one, right? You're on the subcommittee or you're not. So if you could say I'm on the committee or I'm not, then it's a combination because the order in which you pick those 3 people to be on it doesn't matter. If you're picked first or you picked third, you're no special than the other one, right? You're just on the committee or you're not. However, if the people in that committee have specific jobs, like president, vice president, secretary, then the order in which you pick them matters because you have different roles, right? So there's 2 combinations of permutations. So up until now, we've done permutations, we've done permutations of restrictions, and now we're going to actually look at permutations where there's repeating objects. So every word that we've looked at so far, you may not have noticed, didn't have any doubling letters. So it was like pool where you have 2 O's. Okay, every word that I've picked up to now didn't have any double ups. We will today. So find the number of permutations of the letters in the word kitchen. We're not starting with double ups yet. So what I always do just to make sure is I go K-I-T-C-H-E-N. No double ups. And the reason why I do it is if it was the word pool, for example, I would go P-O-O-L. I would write it like that. Because the moment I have anything below means I have double ups. And when you have double ups, you have to do an extra step. So I feel like when I write it like this, people remember to do the extra step. Okay? So kitchen has no double ups, so writing it out just seems foolish because I sure all the same word. But if it has no double ups, you won't have any doubling letters below. So this is where the restrictions get a little bit more tricky. Not too bad, but a little more tricky. So find the number of permutations of the letters in the word kitchen if the letters K, C, N must be together, but not necessarily in that order. So how do I do it? I use this. I'm spelling the whole word. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. And then I deal with the restriction first. And I always put it at the beginning. That's what I do. So let's say the letters K, C, N must be together. So I'm going to lock them together. So I'm going to put them here. I'm going to lock them together. I always put a little line underneath and box them together. So now they're stuck together. Right? So, how many options do I have for the first one? What letters could I have in the first one? K, C, or N. That's 3 options. If it said K, C, and N need to be together in that order, then I would only have the option K, C, N. I have 1, 1, 1. Okay? But because it says not necessarily in that order, the first letter has the option of K, C, or N. Then I leave 1 there. So I'm going to leave N. So then I have K and C. So I have 2 options. Let's say I leave K here. Then I have C left. So I have 1 option. Was there any specification of the letters after that? No. So how many letters do I have left for this one? And I leave 1 there. So how many letters do I have left down? Then, Stephen, how many do I have left?
2.
Daniel? Now, this is the answer everyone gives me, and this is the common answer on the diploma. It's wrong. There's an extra step. This is the answer to the letters K, C, N must be together how many other ways could you rearrange it? So think about it. I'm starting with the letters KCN, and then I have 4 other letters, correct? Now I could take these. This is one word way with the KCNs and all those letters. Now I could take this KCN, and instead of having it in front of all of the letters I don't know, right? I could plop it between these ones right here, correct? And it would change the whole word completely. Or I could take these 3 letters and plop them between these ones. Or I could take these 3 letters and plop them between here. Or I could take them and put them at the back. And I would get all different words, correct? So, where I count it is, I have this one way where they're all at the front, so that's one way. Or I can put them between these 2 letters. That's 2 ways. Everyone else forgets to count this one, so this is one way. That's 2 different ways. That's 3 different ways, which is there. I could put it here, 4 different ways, or I could put it at the back. So I have 5 more ways that I could represent this. Exact same amount of letters, right? So I have to times it by 5. I have to times it by 5. Because I have 5 more ways of doing this exact same method. I would have been correct if I had said started with the letters KCN in any order. Okay? You always multiply it by 1 more than this. So this is a 4 here, 4 here, 1, it's going to be 5. This counts as 1, 2. Okay? So the answer is actually, can be nicely written as 5 factorial, 3 factorial. I heard some people will say, where are you getting 5 factorial from? You have 3 factorial, 4 factorial times 5. That's people tell me. Well, can I not move? These are all just multiplied, correct? Can I not just make this 5 join the 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it would be 5 factorial, right? 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 5 factorial. 3, 2, 1 is 3 factorial. So they'll operate as that, yeah. Okay. The good thing about factorial notation is you can do the answer in one way, and they have all the answers to factorial, it turns into answers naturally, right? The only way that it doesn't work is if they go like A factorial, B factorial, put A in the first place, and then you have to spot B in the second place, then you have to know that, right? As they said, increasing order. What is 5 factorial times 3 factorial? Like any factor. So this happens when it says must be together. Keywords must be together. So you're locking them together and then you're moving them, right? If it said must be together at the front, you would be done. You wouldn't be moving it, and it has to be at the front. Or if it has to be the back, it would be the back. If it has to be the middle, they have to be the middle. But if they just have to be together, they can be anywhere. Now, the number of permutations, whenever there's permutations, or if it has the word arrangement in it, it's a permutation. Because you're arranging something, the moment you start arranging something, the order matters. Like if you're arranging books, the order matters. And you leave a book here and then this book here. Of the letters in the word kitchen, if the vowels must not be together. So this is a tricky one. The easiest way to do the vowels must not be together is to put them together, and I'll explain why that is. So if I asked you, because we have a really small group here, right? I know it's a big group, but out of the school population, this is a small group of population. If I said to you, how many students are not in this class but are in this school? Would you go around and count all the people that are in this school and then just tell me? Or what would be a faster way of doing it? What could be a faster way rather than walking to every single class and counting the people that are not in this class? Yeah. Yes. You can take the total number of people in this school, subtract 30 does. Really fast, right? Same thing with this. When it says must not be together, what you do is you do the total number of ways you can rearrange kitchen without restrictions and subtract all the ways that you can have the vowels together. Then what's left over? All the ways you can. Must not be together. If you try and do that by yourself, it's very hard because it'd be like, okay, can I vowel here, and then letters. And vowel, you have to make up case, like it would just be a mess, right? So the easiest way to not put something together is to take the total ways, no restrictions, I just rearrange the kitchen, all the possible ways I could rearrange that word, and subtract off all the ways I put the vowels together, and then what's left over are all the ways I can't put them together. Okay? So when it says this must not be together, you have to do it like that every time. There's no fast way out of it. So what's the total ways to rearrange kitchen? There's no double upside kitchen. You have 7 blanks. How many options do you have for the first blank? 7 letters. Then 6. Then 5. Then 4. 3, 2, 1. So what is it essentially? 7 factorial. So the total number of ways to rearrange kitchen is 7 factorial. Right? Now I'm going to subtract off all the ways that you can put the vowels together. So let's find out how many vowels are in kitchen. Just 2, right? The I and the E. That's it. So I'm going to do the same thing as this. I'm going to put them together for front, and find out how many ways I can put those vowels together. So this is going to be vowels together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to hook the vowels together. Right? How many options do I have for that first hook together blank? How many vowels do I have? 2. I'm going to have 2 for here. I or E. And say I leave I there, I only have E left. Right? How many options do I have for that next blank then? How many letters do I have left? Use it 2. So I have 5, right? I have the K and the T and the C and H and the F. So I have 5 for this one. After I have the T here, then I have the K, C, H, and N. So I have 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Am I done? Is that all the ways I can keep the vowels together? That's all the ways I can keep the vowels together at the front. Is that all the ways I can keep the vowels together? No, I have to remember that movement to multiply by 6 because I can keep them here, or I put them between here, which is 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways, 6 more ways, that's times by 6. So they can have 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer is going to be 7 factorial minus 2 factorial. 2 factorial you just write as 2, right? 2 factorial is 2. So not going to factorial. 2 times 6 factorial is 6. 5. Make sure you try and solve your calculator. And I would put the 2 times 6 factorial in brackets. It should work. What do you guys guess? Anyone have it? So that's remember it says they cannot be together, right? There's no quicker way. You have to take the total, no restrictions, minus the way you put them together. You guys try example 2, please. Okay. In how many ways can you rearrange oranges? The word oranges, rearrange it, yes. If there are no further restrictions, so oranges, O-R-A-N-G-E-S. You have 7 letters. Please count your letters twice. I don't know if people get questions wrong on the test because they count it as 8 letters and it's 7. Count it as 7 letters and it's 8, but they actually do all the work. letters, so we'll deal with that in a little bit. There are no further restrictions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 letters. There's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 37 factorial, which is, I don't know, what's that factorial? 5,040. So the first letter must be an N. Change one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what happened? So it has to be an N. So how many options do I have? N one. So 1 plus 6 factorial is 6 factorial. That's 20. Then the vowels must be together, important, but in the order O, A, E. So if you went 3, 2, 1 in your blanks, you're wrong. It has to be in the order O, A, E. So the first line has to be O, I can see A, and then has to be E. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They must be together, O, A, E. So I have 1, 1, 1. Then I have 4 letters left, 3, 2, 1, and then the must be together part. They must be together, so I can still move them, right? 5 different ways. I can move here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're ready for so one more than this one here. So technically just 5 factorial. Then 120. Try 3 and 4. Example 3 says, in how many of the arrangements of the word brains are the vowels together? So B-R-A-I-N-S, no double up. Okay. The vowels are A and I, and they need to be together. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters, and I need to have those together. If it says together at the front, well, we fill in blanks, would be done, right? If it doesn't say together at the front, it said must are the vowels together. Okay? So this is together at the front. Does it say in any particular order? No. So I can have A or I for the first one, and then second A or I have I. Now, I have 4 letters left, so 4, 3, 2, 1. The common error, like I said before, is forgetting that you can move this. But one way, this is one way, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and so is more than this. Another 4, 5. So it's going to be 2 times 5 factorial. This is 240. Example 4, I'm going to do it the way this one and ask you what happens if I change one little thing. Okay? This one is easy. The next I do one little thing that makes it look big. Okay? Not makes it harder, just remember. In how many ways can 3 girls and 4 boys be arranged in a row if no 2 people of the same gender have to sit together? If that's the case, what do I have to start with? What do I have to start and end with, I guess? A boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to go boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. The only way. Then we'll boys girls, right? Now, I'm going to do the boys first and the girls next. You can work your way through it, just make common errors. If you do it that way. Just do that. So how many boys do I have for this one? If I start with this one? 4. Then for this one? 3. And for this one? 2. And for this one? 1. Now, here I have 3 girls for this one. 2 girls for this one, 1 girl for this one. I did this specifically in green and red so you can notice something. How can I write these? Instead of like 4 factorial, 3 factorial. The red represents 4 factorial, the green represents 3 factorial. What is 4 factorial times 3 factorial? James, you got it? 124? Now, what would be your answer if I said 4 girls and 4 boys? Good. See what you get. Stack it together, 4 girls, 4 boys. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Depends on who you are. Some of you start with the girl first, some of you start with the boy first. Keep that in mind while you're at that. So I start with boy. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. It's going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. So everyone tells me the answer is 4 factorial, 4 factorial. But like I just said to you, you could start with a boy, or you could start with a girl. People say, well, it's the same thing. If you look at a picture in anywhere, so you look at a picture, and it's boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Or it's girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. Does the picture look different? It's a different way of arranging it. So, you could start with boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, and do 4 factorial, 4 factorial, or you could do girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, 4 factorial, 4 factorial. So what is it actually? 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 2. So you're going to do the exact same thing twice. Everyone forgets the times 2. I found, actually, when giving this question, more people pick the wrong answer than pick the correct one. Because 4 factorial times 4 factorial, you just forget that you do something. It's just a little tiny little mistake, right? So what's 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 2? You're right. Okay. Now, example 1. 6 actors and 8 actresses are available for a play with 4 male roles and 3 female roles. Now, under the diploma, they really should specify 4 different male roles and 4 different female roles, because then you'd be questioning, well, if they're the same role, then it's a combination. It doesn't matter if you pick the first or second or third or fourth, you do that role, right? Or, if they're different roles, it doesn't matter. You could be the main role, like the lead role, or you could be just the person who stands in the back and front, right? So we're going to look at this as different roles. 4 different. And 3 different. No. And there's 6 actresses and 8 actors. 6 actors and 8 actors. So we have males are actors, females are actresses. So we have 4 males, 1, 2, 3, 4 males. And 2 females. How many males do I have to choose from? 6. Right? Maybe stop it up. So I have 6 options for this one. 5, 4, 3. It doesn't matter that 2 is in those parts, because they just don't. Right? So I still have 6 options for the first one. 5, 4, 3. When the females, I have 8 actresses, so I have 8, 7, 6. When you multiply that, what do you get? So 5, 6, 4, 3, 8, 6. Robert?
120,000.
How much is 60?
960.
You can do this with the P button. Because it's a permutation, and it's going down by 1. So I have, and there's no repetitions, right? Like this person can't be the male role for all 4 male roles, right? And this was like 6 and 6 and 6 and 6, because there's repetition, you can't use the little P button, that little permutation button. But because we're going down by 1, you can. So we could say, I have 6 actors, I'm picking 4 of them, times I have 8 actresses, and I'm picking 3. This one should be exactly that. It doesn't work if that same dude could play all four roles. Okay, so like 6 and 6, it has to be together. And you could plug that in your calculator. Repetitions. So we've got with restrictions, we've got with harder restrictions, now we do with repetitions, people have restrictions. So far all the examples we've had with different letters, but as soon as we have words with letters that repeat, we have to count by dividing the total number of ranges by the number of repetitions. There's one extra tiny step. It doesn't take like count. Trust me. Just remember the repetitions and divide them off. Why is that? Okay. So we can put it on the next page. Let me show you what you're doing. If I give you the word cool, okay, and I don't subscript this O and this O. I don't put like O1 and O2, right? Try to close your eyes. They're not going to sing because I'm reading. I switched the O's. Is that the same word? Yeah. So if these are all four different letters, like heart, and I went crack, and I switched the two middle letters, you'd say those are two different words, right? But the moment I have double up letters, these actually mean the same thing, right? They're the same letter. So I have to divide them off by factorial. So I'll show you. So for example, let's use the letter Peter. The word Peter. So P, E, T, E, R. That's two E's. So all I do is rearrange it as if they're all different letters. Okay, so I pretend they're all different letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 letters for the first one. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I get myself 5 factorial. So that's actually all the ways I would rearrange Peter if Peter was all different letters. Problem is, Peter isn't all different letters, right? So we have to take off that doubling up of it. So all you do in the end is you always treat the word like all different letters first, and then just divide it off after. So there's 2 E's, so I divide by 2 factorial. And I get 60 instead of 120. Now, what if it was like ABBA? A, B, B, A. I would treat it like it's all different letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 letters for this one. 3, 2, 1. So I have 4 factorial. And then I divide by 2 A's, 2 B's. Make sure you put the bottom in brackets or you'll get it wrong. 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Why can't I write it as 4 factorial? Is 4 factorial the same as 2 factorial times 2 factorial? 2 factorial times 2 factorial is 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 20. Very different, okay? You have to divide by each of them separately. So it's 2 factorial, 2 factorial. If it was 3 B's, it would be 2 factorial, 3 factorial, okay? Every letter that doubles up has to have its own. And when we were arranging the problem questions a little while ago, you have to remember, you guys, that if you don't put those brackets on the bottom, that answer will be there. It's a common error, right? Like, look, if I don't put these brackets here, I'll go 4 factorial, and this is what your calculator will do. It will go 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 2 factorial. So what's it going to do? It's going to go 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial, take that answer, and times it by 2. That's not what you want, but your calculator will do that. You have to remember when you're repetition to put those brackets in the bottom. If you're someone who's like, yeah, I'm not going to remember that, give yourself those notes. Start, don't keep brackets, right? You're someone who's going to. Give yourself a note. All right. So a set of n objects, A of one kind that are identical, B of a second kind that are identical, C of a third kind that are identical, so on. It can be arranged n factorial over A factorial, B factorial, C factorial different ways. How many different 10-letter arrangements can you make with the word basketball? So like I said here, basketball. Are these 2 words different? No. I fixed the 2 L's. Can you tell? No. You can fight me and actually say you didn't switch them, right? So, how many ways can you rearrange it? Let's write out the first. E, A, S, A, E, T, ball, B, A, F, F. So if I'm rearranging the whole word for restriction, something else to the B here or an L here or anything like that. Basketball is 10 letters, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we get 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Divided by bracket, 2 factorial for the B, 2 factorial for the A, 2 factorial for the L. With the 10 factorial divided by 2 times 2 times 2, so 8. What do you get? Okay, Aardvark, Vancouver, mathematical. Go. So these are all just following to do Vancouver, mathematical. What throws people off is what if there's no restriction into it? So let's pretend Vancouver, and it has to start with BA. So I have B-A-N-C-O-U-B-E-R, right? Vancouver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters. I start with BA in that order, let's pretend. Treat it just like you would have before, okay? How many B options do I have? 2. How many options do I have? 1. And I have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't worry about the fact that yes, the 2 E's will look exactly the same there. Because what do I do just at the end? Divide by the 2. So you treat it just like you normally would, pretending like they're different letters, right? And then just divide that double up off. Okay? Mathematical correctly, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 factorial divided by 2m, 3a, 2t. Anything else, double? I restricted this one. If your answer was not this, it's because I restricted it. Now, your answer would have been correct. Your answer would have been 9 factorial divided by 2 factorial, right? One last thing to go through. If I give you a pathway like this, we used to make it the count path. All you do for these is you have repetitions. So think of this as like east, all east, and this is all south. You have to go from like A to B. So how you do these is you have to count the paths. Like this would be 1 path, 2 paths, and then you go like 3 paths, 4 paths. I've lost count of where I went. 5 paths. So that's the most productive way. So then they go this long way where you go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then you add up. So I have 1 path coming in, 1 path coming in, so I have just 2 paths here. Then I have 2 paths coming in, 1 path coming in, and I have 3 paths here. Again, you have to work your way through it. What you can do instead is, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go in this direction. Pretending they're all different, right? So you just do 5 plus 4 factorial, just like you did with mathematical. You took all of the numbers, all the different letters, right? All the different letters, factorial. So I have all these different ones, which is 9 of them, right? And then I just divide by the double. So I divide by 4 factorial, 5 factorial. I'm going to get 9 factorial over 4 factorial, 5 factorial. While you're doing that, I'm going to prove to you if this is actually correct. By doing a formula. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I have, starting here, I have one path coming into here and another path coming into here. So I have 2 paths total getting to this point. Then I have 2 paths coming in and 1 path coming in. I have 3 paths this time. 3 and then 1, sorry, 4 paths this time. 4 and then 1, 5, 5 and 1 for 6. Then I have 1 and 2 coming in, so 3. Then I have 3 paths coming in, 3, 6. 6 and 4, 10. 10 and 5, 15. 15 and 6, 21 total. 1 and 3, 4. 4 and 6, 10. 10 and 10 is 20. 20 and 15, 35. 35 and 21 is 56. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 10 is 15. That's a 20, right? I'm writing this terrible. 15 to 35, 70, 126. What do you do here? I prefer this method. They'll never make you do this method. This is not perfectly common. This is to make you do stuff like that. Totally different way of doing it, right? Don't make you do that. This one has this little split in here, so you do each one separately and then you times them together. So this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 2 by 2, right? So I go 2 plus 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial, 2 factorial. You take the 2 sides, add them, factorial, divided by the factorial. Times, this one is going to be a 3 by 2. So it's going to be 3 plus 2 factorial divided by 3 factorial. So it'd be 4 factorial divided by okay? 60. We're not going to do the last example. If you want to do the last example, fill it in. We'll go online and look at it. The assignment is right below it, though. Now this, work on it, because for the first 20 minutes of class tomorrow, you will work on that quiz, and you can ask any questions you're stuck on. For the first 20 minutes, I'll come around and help you. Okay, so work on and get stuff done and discussion. Can get done. That's good. These don't take long. You either get them or you don't. You either can do them or you can't. So if you're stuck and you're like, I can't get this answer, move on. I don't care if you have, as long as you're showing that you're attempting the question, even if you can't get the answer, that's fine. We'll go through it together, okay? I'm going to schedule help and everything.